I'd like to make it maybe an interactive experience. I'm not sure if that's to do with is in the theme of the evening, but first, say thank you very much for asking me here. I've heard some amazing things today. Can you hear me okay? Good stuff. You're all looking very well, a little bit sleepy, but we'll try and keep things moving. Okay. Just wanted to ask a question, really, because I've learned a lot today. Why do we visualize data? Can anyone tell me, suggest reasons why we do it? Anything, top of your head? Any ideas? Yeah, exactly. It's the same with what we do with weather and marine information. Yeah, it helps us take control. It helps us to be able to use the data in a more intelligent way, in a more rapid way. So, yeah, hopefully try and have some of those themes here. So this looks like this is going to work. I'll start the presentation. Is there sound?
StormGeo is a global provider of advanced analytics to deliver decision support for weather-sensitive operations. Since its inception, StormGeo has been analysing petabytes of data, transforming it into actionable decision guidance to manage risk, control costs, and increase revenue.
Not having to worry about the weather 24/7, that's what we pay StormGeo for. I can do those other things.
Our advanced solutions help customers to safeguard people, assets, and profits. StormGeo supports more than 8,000 vessels a month, provides routing advisory services for 50,000 voyages per year, and have our software installed on nearly 6,000 ships. With predictive analytics, we make shipping smarter, safer, and more profitable, while reducing environmental impact. In offshore wind, we cover all phases, from planning to construction and operations, helping customers to operate safely and cost-efficiently. In offshore oil and gas, we provide weather decision support for more than 1,400 locations worldwide, and our advanced solutions help to ensure safety, maximize uptime, and reduce environmental risks. StormGeo has 7 global weather forecasting centers operating 24/7, covering all geographical areas of the world. Contact us today to learn more.
That's that one. Okay, so there's a quick overview of the company, and I'll go back to the presentation now too. Yeah, so we spoke about why to optimize weather data, and there are more reasons really. The weather has an impact on all our lives. It has impact on our planet. We have to try and use the weather and weather information in a more intelligent way to show respect for the planet we live in. It's as simple as that, really. If you talk about natural catastrophes in the world, the weather has a huge impact. And so it's only sensible that we should try and harness the data, the petabytes of data. I only found out what a petabyte was recently, actually. It's a lot. I think it's a football field of CDs piled 20 feet high or something like that, but it's an awful amount of data. So that's the context, really, is that it's on the increase. There's climate change. Population is growing. There's more exposure to risk. We're going into more inhospitable environments, looking for energy on land and on sea. So we have to be a lot smarter. So StormGeo is the Brazilian and South American arm of a Norwegian company founded about 18 years ago. It was founded in the North Sea. That picture on the bottom left is a very typical day there. We've been here in Brazil as a fully incorporated company for nearly 4.5 years. The company manages risk, and we have core competencies in a number of fields: meteorology, oceanography, IT, statistics. And what we say we do is we take all this data and put it into very intelligent and smart systems which will help you do your job better. A few quick facts. We're a smallish company. We turn over about 56 million, but our ambitions are high. We actually are headquartered in Bergen in Norway. It's the rainiest city in Europe, I believe. Although the rain here in Brazil can be quite heavy too, I've experienced over the weekend. And we have offices all over the globe at the moment, and we're growing, and all our processes are ISO certified. Myself, I'm not a scientist or a meteorologist, but I've been involved in the marine and the weather industry for some time now, so I kind of understand how bad it feels when the weather or the sea gets in your face and makes your job difficult. And it's great to be able to talk to you today about this topic, which has an effect on everything we've seen today, actually. And the market segments we operate in, we're in aviation, marine, on land, renewable energy, power generation, corporate enterprises, which is using accurate weather information to help companies respond better to natural disasters and hazardous weather events. That's where we are, the best office down here in Brazil, and we are growing organically quite quickly and driven a lot by our technology, but also the real need to harness weather data effectively. A bit of a look at our customer base here in Brazil. Petrobras would be our biggest customer. We just signed a 3+2 year contract with them for provision of weather forecasting for all their offshore and port locations. This was just last week, so that'll be fun. And we have a good share of these offshore companies, plus in the energy market as well. So it's not possible at the moment to stop ocean currents and winds and rain and hurricanes and cyclones, lightning. I don't know if we actually would want to. But what can we do about harnessing the knowledge of how they behave, the climatology? How can that be used to make our decisions more effective? And what brings us into this phrase, big data, which I'm not sure I really understand, but it's using all the information, I believe, out there in a way to make informed decisions. Probably you here can make a better definition or a better explanation of what it means. And a few quotes. I think they're pretty telling. Just in the bottom fact, in 2 years' time, most organizations will realize that they're not able to support their supply chain realities, and they're going to need data and data solutions on an increasingly smart level. And some facts here as well. I like the one, 2018, more than 3 million workers will be supervised by a roboboss. I don't know what that will be like, actually. They probably won't take any excuses for coming in late in the morning. So some interesting facts there. And again, the changing relationship between machines and people. I've no idea where it's all going to end. I hope that machines don't find us redundant and a nuisance with the growth of artificial intelligence, etc. Anyway, I digress. So anyway, some of the trends you can see here. I think myself, the data explosion that almost all the data in the world today has been created in the last 2 years. So where is that going to go? And in terms of the complexity, the analytics are going to allow us to predict what's going to happen, but also to maybe control what's going to happen as well through the use of data and efficient data systems. So StormGeo itself, in its essence, we want to manage the data to then carry out good analytics and help our customers to make informed decisions and even drive the decisions and drive their business behavior. It's quite a lofty ideal, but we think it's achievable. So anyway, getting back to sort of the more natural forces, one way we do is help customers to manage the marine environment by providing systems and sensors and modeling to allow them to do their job with the least risk and to reduce unnecessary costs. And then Someone said this to me, I think, a while ago. If we want to ride this data revolution wave, visualization is all important. Now, we've seen some amazing visualization today. And I go to this, which isn't that amazing. It's just a simple visualization of the wind over a year, basically telling a customer who wants to operate with a certain limitation to his operations where he can expect the wind or sea to come from. So it's useful for safety, it's useful for making his bid, for pricing how much fuel he would use, for pricing downtime. More visualization, this shows basically a traffic light system where various assets on the left-hand side, this is for an FPSO, a fleet of FPSOs, floating production storage platforms offshore here in Brazil. They have limitations on operations, and as you can see, the top two units and areas, they're basically showing green, so they can carry out their function over the next two days or so. And on the ones below, you see yellow, where it's coming close to limitations. Red, you have to plan to do something else. So it's giving an operational planning overview. And going down more deeply into a forecast, you can go hourly, and again, it's simple. Red, you'll not be able to do what you plan to do. So try and do something else, or change your vessel or asset behavior. Another thing is to give alerts of hazardous weather. This one particularly is for squalls, a big problem here in offshore Brazil, where you get an unforecasted sudden surge in wind, in both a change in direction and a increase in strength. Again, can be very hazardous. It can't be forecast by normal mathematical models, but it can be watched through satellite technology and also through lightning detection. So again, this is just a simple way of visualizing it to show our customers. This is a visualization of the estimated wind power production for the whole globe based on model data. And this animation can run. It's quite a lot of layers, so it takes a bit of time to work up. Again, useful information for companies planning to work in wind generation. We can come down more closely and look at, this is basically ocean current. Again, this sort of visualization will help drilling companies and vessels make informed decisions about their operations, because if the currents are too strong, they can't operate, or they can't send down divers to inspect the hull. Right, that's about on that one. Back to the presentation again. We talk about forecasting response using, it was mentioned in the first video, this is using the specific characteristics of a vessel or a rig combined with the weather forecast to actually forecast how it is going to behave, rather than the operator has to guess how it's going to behave based on the wind. Again, I'll skip through these. Basically gives heave motion, so basically any motion which is hazardous to the vessel and the operation and to people can be forecasted and visualized in that way. Likewise for operations on a helicopter deck. A gangway as well, which might be attached to a rig. It comes under quite a lot of forces from wind and wave, and we can forecast whether it's going to be necessary to disconnect the actual gangway. Again, a quick look at a consumer product visualization. This will give you that this is based on Sao Paulo, and that's the hourly forecast for this location. And it looks like it's going to be pretty awful until Saturday. So anyway, I'm going to end here because it's getting late. It's great to give a small taste of what we have in StormGeo to visualize weather and mid-ocean data. And thanks for listening. It's great to be working here in Brazil, and we hope to go from strength to strength. So thank you very much.